facebook.com/JoyNews on TV, and on Twitter it's at JoyNews on TV. Now, President Akufo-Addo has launched a national sanitation campaign as part of efforts to making Accra the cleanest city in Africa. However, many are those who see this move as a 9-day wonder, explaining similar efforts did not yield results. Question: what, in your opinion, can we as individuals do in our own small ways to help make Accra the cleanest city in Africa?
We just contribute in not defecating around and we make sure that all your gutters and all those things, if you clean your environment, don't just go dump it into a gutter. We get a nice place and keep it in. It nice dustbin as well too. And government to also make sure like they get some, provide every individual with dustbins, and every household should get at least some 2 toilets in the house and so.
The laws are there already. We know it is there. All we need is to put strict measures to it. Just like we always do. Nobody will leave his room unswept every day. We do sweep our room before we leave every day. So I think if government is putting this in place, we all need to cooperate and we do what is right of us, and everything will be okay.
Adhere to what exactly the government wants us to do. I mean, putting these measures in place, we just have to adhere to them. Not, littering, not to dispose of littering, dispose of waste materials and all that. We don't have to do certain things like that because it wouldn't lead to, if we should drop stuff like that, it wouldn't keep our country clean.
What I think we should do now is to encourage those who have already cultivated that bad habit to put a stop to it, and then also to instill that discipline in our children, those who are coming up. Because if they are taught the right way to handle waste management, I think the problem is about 70% solved.
Yeah, all of you are right. What can we do as individuals? And people say that it's attitudinal change. That's all we need to resolve this issue. But to an extent, Israel, I want to believe that's the way to go.
So attitudinal change, but it sometimes requires the enforcement of the law.
Definitely.
So if the laws are enforced, then people are compelled to do the right thing. And sometimes that's what we need.
Well, let's check out what you've been posting on Facebook.
This one says, in Africa, it appears as if filth is part of our traditional environment, and so a litter with water sachet-like ornament for decoration. Apart from a strong and punitive measure to deal with culprits of littering, there's nothing we can do as Africans, even in our own microcosm, to support clean environmental practices. Barry Makua just says, another waste of precious man hours and public resources. Why do you decide to launch an already existing program, or is it the usual gimmick of the many launching jamborees? Well, sanitation is improved by mere rhetoric, as we currently see, by concrete action. I look forward to the launching of this year's Christmas, though. And Modium says, make sure I keep my environment and surrounding clean.
And Fibina Frank says, talk is cheap, but work is hard. We wish him the best. And by Jeremiah says, attitudinal change and radical enforcement of sanitation laws should lead in the sanitation campaign. Brian Noble writes, I think the authorities in our community should enact laws to punish those who dump refuse anyhow, or else Ghana will be ranked as the dirtiest country in the world. Well, we've been there. Not the dirtiest, but we've ranked some 40.
Pretty low.
Yeah,